Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be messing with blue collar and getting this baby completely tidied up and taken care of. My cameraman Ryan is off today. It is currently Sunday. My brother Aaron will be here soon, and we're going to be getting into today's video about us starting our new trucking company and hiring my first driver. So let's get this thing pulled up to the shop door up here, and we're going to get this thing tidied up. All right, let's see if old sweetheart will cheat. Hopefully the batteries are still charged. Hey, hey, hey. No draws on the battery. That's good. Been sitting over here for like 3 days. It lost air, but I mean, that kind of stuff happens. So no big deal. But I've got the Pete back in the door over there. We're going to be working on Pete tomorrow's video probably. But for now, we're going to get blue collar in the door, get this wiring all fixed up, get some lights working on it again, and get the bumper mounted good, and probably go through the interior and do a couple other little things like that. All right, folks, so here's what's going on at the back of blue collar, right? So I was telling you all that I was using these butt connectors here, and basically you heat them up with a little blowtorch here, and that will let you, it like solders the inside of them all at once, and you don't have to crimp it. And you can see down here where they corroded and just didn't really work very well. So what I'm gonna be doing today is replacing those connectors with a more traditional butt connector here that has a heat shrink on the outside, and I've got the correct crimpers right here for these insulated butt connectors. So I'm gonna start cutting all these things off and replace them with the correct ones. And I'm gonna do my best to film it since I'm just by myself today. So let's get this done. All right, so I'm digging into here, and upon further investigation, I'm cutting this blue wire loose that goes down inside that port there you see open, and I'm cutting it back. I'm finding out that this thing is corroded all the way up to the connector here that I made a few years back. So I'm gonna have to replace this whole thing. I went out and broke out my other crimpers here, and we're going to make a new connector doodad there and a new piece of wire, and we'll get this thing all fixed up. Okay guys, so this looks like an absolute nightmare, but it's really not as bad as it looks. So I ended up getting rid of some of the butt connectors that were in here and just connecting the wire straight to that plug. And we've got working brake lights back here and running lights, but we have no dual revolution lights working back here or on the headache rack. They're only red, not blue. So that's a problem, because we've got blue lights up there on the front little lollipop light there. So I checked our power back here. My yellow wire I've got ran here comes to the back, and that's what operates the switch to make everything turn blue. And also up here on the truck, it comes right down here along the side of the frame. I know this looks really hacked, and I apologize. I definitely could have done better, and maybe one day we will make it better. But for now, we still have no power back here. So I came up here and tested it, where I've got it spliced in right here with one of those really crappy connectors, and we have no, you can see, I'll probably just be able to pull it apart. I'm not going to tear it up, but note we have power on this side of the connector, but nothing on this side. So that connection is just all corroded and crap. You can see that white stuff right there is corrosion is falling out of there. So we're gonna replace that connector next, and that should take care of our dual revolution lights all over the truck there. So let's get her done. So now I replaced that connector that was really crappy with a good heat shrink style connector there. All sealed up, nice and happy. We got blue lights there. We should have blue lights on our headache rack back here, and blue lights on our turn signals and brake lights back here also. We're in good shape. Lights are all fixed. This is what we have to do here in Florida. Put a tent up because it is so scalding hot outside. One day I'll have me a big nice shot with air conditioner, but for now, this is what we got to do. Up next, we're gonna replace these lollipop lights that hung off the bottom side of the mirror. You remember last time we just kind of ripped them off of there, but this time I'm going to silicone these things up so good that there is gonna be no reason that they go bad, no matter which way they're mounted. So we're gonna see about getting these old pieces off the mirrors up here, and we can get these things replaced, and then all we have left is the bumper. And this thing is pretty much road legal. We're gonna go get another annual inspection done, and then my brother Aaron will be getting to that. Can start driving this in the Pete very, very soon. Welcome to Florida, everybody. Started raining on me. Got the lollipop right here, put on the driver's side, done, wired up, made it looking nice. This side is not working, so we've got to have some wiring broke somewhere. Maybe down here in the door. I'm not sure. Ooh, No, that was an older wire. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some inspecting here, but it's not working. But it is starting to rain. All right, Loop Tube. It rained for like 10 minutes. I'm back outside. I've been tinkering with the truck. The power probe their friends over at JB Tools sent me has worked out perfect. I found the problem. We had a bad ground, and it was just full of corrosion once again. It's crazy. Here I am in Florida. We're dealing with all these corrosion issues, and here's the connector. You guys can see it. It has something to do with this wire, I guess, but I cut it back far enough, got rid of the corrosion on that wire right there. Here, come on, focus now. Anywho, we're gonna connect all this stuff back together and our light should go back to working. And now we have all of our working dual revolution lights on and functioning and doing what they're supposed to do. But boy, I tell you what, some of these lights, just none of them look the same. Like, see that center light there? I can't really show it on camera, but it doesn't look quite right, but you know, I guess it is what it is. All of our lights are functioning, working, even the ones inside the cab are lighting up blue. All of Blue Collar's lighting issues are fixed now. So that takes care of that. Last thing left to do on it really is just fix the front bumper mount on it. I'll see if we can get it turned around and make some bumper brackets for it, and this thing's gonna be taken care of. Cha-ching, looking fresh. Out around back here, I've got Aaron and the Pete working on drilling these factory speakers out.
Yeah. A couple of them came with rivets. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're replacing the factory Peterbilt speakers with some nice DS18 speakers. And we got to drill that tweeter out because it's riveted in.
Yeah, that one over there is too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see right there. She's riveted in, causing problems. So getting them drilled out.
Working on it. We got the first one almost done. Hopefully.
Okay. You want me to drill it and you hold the paper?
It don't matter.
Okay, folks, I decided not to mess with doing the bumper bars. I'm taking it to my buddy Robert here in town. He's a metal fabricator, and he'll make us something nice. And you all know that I don't really make anything really nice when I have to do it myself. So Robert's gonna make it really nice. We're gonna run uptown. But first, Aaron
Just got my CDL permit.
Yeah, his learner's permit. So he's working on getting his CDL, and that is what we've got going in the video today. Must be someone we know driving by.
Yeah.
We're gonna be selling Blue Collar to a new business we're going to be making from the buytractor.com, and Blue Collar is going to be starting its own trucking company with just Blue Collar, probably doing local stuff here in Florida is the goal with Aaron to get him started, and then ultimately taking the Tractor Taxi out whenever we're not using it and doing some long hauls with it. So yep. Blue Collar is being sold. And Aaron's going to be the new owner / driver with me and a new trucking company. Maybe Wilson Brothers Trucking.
Maybe.
Something like that. I don't know yet. Or Blue Collar Trucking, I guess. We could get that DOT number reactivated, something like that. But hey, Blue Collar Trucking is actually going to be a real thing here very, very soon. So Aaron's going to hop in here. Now remember, this is a Super 10 transmission. I know you have no idea about any of this, but
nope.
A Super 10 transmission shifts completely different from an 18-speed, which is what's in the Tractor Taxi, which is what we're going to be driving out to Texas. So we're going to show you how to run this one right around the circle here a little bit, then we'll take it out. And we'll run this thing over to Robert's about 5 miles down the road and drop it off for the bumper to get done up. So
we're basically going through the Bruce Wilson training course.
Yeah. Hop up in there and let's figure it out.
Alrighty.
All right. Go ahead and cut the key on. Just turn it on and hit the starter button, but don't, hang on. Turn the key on. Make sure she's in neutral, so move that shifter side to side. There you go. So hear it click in that air noise?
Yep.
And hit the starter button. Now we're gonna wait till if you just did your studying and stuff. The reason the buzzer is going off is because
the air isn't.
Well, on this one it was because there's no oil pressure. So when you turn that key on and there's no oil pressure, it's gonna buzz. And now that it actually has air pressure, since I just pulled it up here, we're gonna wait a couple minutes. Make sure you get up to around 100 over here on your right. So your air gauge is up there on your right.
Yes, sir.
Where are they at right now?
Well, if I'm reading it right. At 100, or right at 100. It's almost 120.
Okay, we'll go ahead and hit your tractor air. The big knob right next to the radio. You're gonna press it in while holding the foot. Hold the parking brake down, or hold your foot brake. You can hold it too hard, just barely hold it and press that in hard. There you go. All right, so now your parking brake's released.
All right.
Now you're gonna press your clutch in.
Yep. And
you're gonna take that shifter, pull it all the way towards you and forward. Gotta let the clutch out just a little bit, just like you would a car or anything like that. Well, there you go. Now let off the brake and roll us out. Easy. Air brakes are a little touchy. Air brakes are extremely touchy. Go ahead and back us somewhere safe, and we can drive this thing around the circle for now, and you can kind of get an idea of how shifting a transmission with no synchronizers works. Throttle.
No.
Only if you're taking off with something real heavy. So just barely let that clutch out, and you're gonna start going.
I had a real stupid moment.
Going backwards.
I had a real stupid moment. Like, what's this third pedal in the middle for?
Yeah, your brakes.
I'm focusing too much on the shifter, so.
All right, so you're in third gear now. Just let that clutch out nice and easy. It's gonna go. There you go. Use that knob to get that steering wheel going faster. There you go. Now you're gonna steer with your left hand, shift with your right. So keep that left hand, start using that left hand as the steering wheel. Press your splitter forward and let off the throttle. There you go. Now, if you're not careful and you don't have enough RPMs, you'll find yourself in a weird neutral. And you're just not gonna go anywhere. So now, move your splitter backwards and pull the shifter back. Splitter back, now pull it back. Give her some throttle and find the gear.
Nope.
Think you can figure it out going down the let's go
I
down the road together before I follow you, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so we just made a couple rounds in the parking lot. He's getting kind of used to it.
I gotta learn the shifting stuff still.
Yeah, it's definitely different compared to driving a different factory transmission in a car where you just have straight gears and no splitting gears. We get that 18 speed, and the other trucks will be a lot different than this thing. So, Super 10 was designed to be really easy for new drivers to use. But we'll get it figured out. Let's go to Roberts and get this thing dropped off.
Yeah.
All right, the cab over's all dropped off. Rob was saying he's gonna put some tubing instead of like flat bar down there, so it'll be stronger in the long run. So that's what we're gonna do, I reckon, and connect it right up there to the back of that loose spring hanger. Okay, so we made it back to the shop, and I want to go over the speakers we're gonna be putting in the Peterbilt, and we're gonna be doing that over the next couple days to get ready for the truck show out in Nacogdoches, Texas. So we've got the factory speakers we pulled out. Now some of these, I ordered some extras. Brian said to order them. We can put them above the overhead console. So we need to see which ones are in here and which ones I ordered that are going to fit for now. Which we definitely are. The tweeters, the thing I'm concerned about, right? Is because they're so.
Yeah, they might stick out a bit much.
If anything, we have to make a little spacer or something. Oh, no, I think they might work. If anything, we may have to open it up a little bit. But I seen they've got a resistor there. What is that resistor for? You would know that, or would you?
No, not really. I just know that some of them need them, some of them don't.
So we got a resistor on this tweeter here. You got the factory one out already?
Mm-hmm.
You want to grab it and we'll compare them? This thing is a serious boy. Seems like $100 a piece. A piece. Yes, you heard that right. Let's see what these factory ones look like. I know they're definitely going to be way better than factory, no doubt. But, and grab that 4x6 speaker also so we can kind of try to compare what we're putting in here. This is going to be in probably tomorrow's video.
Here's one of the other ones.
That's one of the ones for the back, right? All right, we'll grab those other speakers. So this is the speaker that goes behind the driver's seat and passenger seat. And it is, looks like that's going to be our speaker right there. So, using the Dakota as a workbench. But the factory speakers, we're going to tear this apart because we're not going to be using this stuff anymore, are cardboard, right? So they're not really very strong, and they get pissed off really easily. So, you know what we should do is hook one of these speakers to the jump box and see what happens.
That would be funny. That's a lot of voltage.
Okay, so right there's the 4x6. Okay, tweeter. So let's compare those. So,
yeah.
Or the diameter looks about the same, right, on the outside.
You got 4 holes versus 3 holes. Though.
Yeah, but we're going to be drilling new
Using at least
holes
2.
and riveting them, stuff like that. So that'll make, we may have to open up the backs. Well,
no, maybe not, because the
heck, they might just fit in there perfect.
the holes should be close to aligning.
So this might work good. We're going to have to just make a new plug.
Yeah.
We got to be careful with this. We don't break this resistor off, though. Very important.
Yep. Yep. So next up on the list is our 4x6s.
I think so. That's kind of an odd size speaker. There's not really like a lot of different options you can get. We are going to be using these grills that came with the speaker because the factory Peterbilt ones, they look all right, but these look 1,000 times better. That might be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. gonna be close.
Might clear. Yeah, we should be good on that one.
Okay, but look at the size of the magnet. This one again has like that cardboard style stuff right there. What do you call that, Aaron? Like, you're the speaker
paper
head.
mache kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this one's got like a carbon fiber stuff going on.
Yeah.
The cone. There you go. So these things should be a ton louder, a lot more clearer and crisper. So there's the other speakers that are going to be going there. It came with some extra wiring if we need it. I'm going to try to reuse like the factory Peterbilt plugs as much as possible. But dang, those will look. That grill's going to look really freaking good in there. And then we've got. See, I think these right here are a 6.5, right?
I think that's what these are.
This right here is a 6.5. This right here isn't. So these. Or are they? Hang on, what do we got going on here? So this right here.
Those are 5s or 5
So I think
and a
these
quarter.
right here are what we need.
Yeah.
For the time being. Yep, right here. Dang. These are gonna look so good. So the factory Pete has got like their next level like audio system with an amp and things like that. And don't get me wrong, it would be great to have like a bigger amp hooked to these speakers here. They would definitely sound a lot better, but no one has really released any kind of a newer head unit and like speaker radio controls for like steering wheel and stuff on these new trucks. So that's the problem we're facing. That's why we're gonna just put these speakers in here and we're gonna run with the factory amp that's in the truck. So that is definitely the speaker that is going to be going there. As far as depth, we should be pretty good. Looks like they're gonna work out pretty good. So, and we're gonna use these grills compared to the factory ones, and that's, man, it's just gonna look great. Now, let's look at the factory mounting holes here.
How close are we?
It looks like we're gonna get pretty lucky because they all line up.
Nice.
So that speaker should just theoretically pop right in place of the factory speaker on both sides, and us be good to go. Only one problem. I goofed up and did not get speakers for this sleeper. So we've got those big subwoofers, which we gotta go up front and show everybody, but I don't have speakers for the above the console, so maybe I can get hold of DS18 tomorrow morning first thing, have the next day a sec. They're old, DS18 is based out of Miami. Really cool guys, we're a dealer for them. And I've got something else I want to let you guys know as far as a white cab over, because we don't have any stereo in the white cab over, but I found a solution for that.
And it's not my JBL speaker.
Yeah. All right, let's go up front and check out the other stuff. So we're gonna put these 5 1/4s back on the shelf, and what we're gonna do with those is the overhead console, where the what are those sun visors are, which do absolutely nothing in the Peterbilt. Those are gonna be going away, and we'll put those up above our heads. But our problem we had, where's it at? What did I do with it? Oh, we'll show them in a second. Here's the woofers going in the Peterbilt. We got 2 of these babies, one right here, another one in the box. Then we're gonna do one under the bunk. It's gonna look freaking sick. It's a ported box. We've got the wiring kit right here from DS18. They look big, they look scary, but there's nothing too crazy. I mainly want that door closed, window up sound that just sounds good. You don't need to blow our eardrums.
Something that's just pure quality.
Pure quality with a K. And I've got a 1,000-watt amp here. They recommended Class D monoblock, whatever that means, but supposedly this is the amp we need right here. It's gonna run both subwoofers, no problem. So we're gonna a lot of stuff to do because we are leaving Tuesday night to head out to Texas. We've got to install all this sound system in the Pete. Yep. Looks like an amp to me. All right, I'll show you what we've got for the white cab over. Up next, so our white cab over is gonna be like the project we start on once we get back in town from Texas, doing all the on the road stuff, the truck show, and maybe a wheel of start on the road out in Texas is what I really want to do. But we've got some parts I'm gathering up for the white cab over, and one of them right here is the cab over doesn't have a sound system, right? And we want it to sound good, but I don't want to like mess with the factory dash. I'd like to keep it as original as possible. So what I've decided to do was get a sound bar. And what this does is we're gonna mount this baby either right between the seats or up above our heads. And this is gonna be the sound system for the cab over. And this is an all-in-one. It's got 8 speakers in it, or I'm sorry, 6 speakers, 2 tweeters, Bluetooth, and you literally just run a hot and a negative right to the battery, and that's all it takes to power up the sound bar I'm not gonna unbox it all, but you can kind of see the power wire there. Real simple and easy to do, and this is what's gonna do what we're gonna be doing to take care of the white cab over not having sound. And then as far as the air conditioner goes, I wanna put one of those old school style AC units up top, on top of the cab, and have it where it's right inside above your head. It's just like the vintage air, kind of old school stuff. I think that'll look really cool.
So what are these lights now?
So what we've got right here are some watermelon lights from Roadworks. They are an LED light, which is what we have everywhere else on the Tratter Taxi. And I was thinking I wanted to get like some RGB or rock lights underneath the truck, but then again, I was like, I want to keep it all like trucker style, watermelon stuff. So what we're gonna do is I bought these brackets from the Chrome Shop. They're Grand Generals, and I've got these watermelon lights that obviously, whenever they're on here, they'll have this chrome cover, so they'll look really good, just like that. We're gonna mount these underneath on the frame, or either on the frame or on the cross member, so they're just pointing straight down like that underneath the truck. It's gonna look freaking sick, and at the same time, it's gonna light the, let's show them right quick. It's gonna light the ground up big time while we're driving down the road. So let me show you right here where I'm gonna put them. There, going. Good. So keep in mind, we are going to have the deck plate over here, so you're not gonna see anything in about a month's time. So I'm gonna put these lights facing down just like that. So when you do look up underneath it, you're gonna see a nice watermelon, so it's gonna look good, but at the same time, they're gonna be mounted just like that, facing down at the ground on these cross members, and it's gonna illuminate the truck front to back. So my plan was to put one, you know, somewhere like right here, one on each cross member, all the way down the truck, all the way to the back, and it's gonna look really sick. And then we've also got the Iowa Customs rear center panel, because I was thinking about putting T-bars on the truck down here at the back, and then Brian's like, we're gonna put a painted center panel actually. But I was like, well, we've got painted everything everywhere else. We've got a chrome front or a stainless polished front bumper. Let's put a stainless polished rear center panel. So that's what we've got right here, is a stainless polished center panel here. I've already set the lights in here. I'm gonna get some stainless rivets tomorrow, so you can see how nice and pretty and polished that is. But this is gonna hang right between the rear fenders there, and you can see the inside of it where we can get everything and wire it all up. It's really nice, very high quality stuff. And then Brian at Semi Casual, obviously we had to have reverse lights. So they have this LED firewire strip here that sits right here on this panel, and it faces upwards. Basically it'll sit up and face upwards towards the bottom, and whenever you kick it on, it's gonna reflect light on the bottom of that chrome panel, and it's gonna light it up, and it's gonna look really good. What else do we have here? We got a lot of stuff going on with the Pete tomorrow, a ton. Got a clutch pedal extender. This is a massive thing for the drivers, you guys that have 379, 389s know that your foot has to be like in your toes on the very tip of that pedal to get the clutch brake to activate. And this is supposed to make a massive difference. So we're gonna be installing that. And then we've got these illuminators that put an American flag on the ground. I'm super pumped about those. So lots of stuff happening the next couple days. Make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, go to BruceWilsonShop.com, grab your merch. We'll be in Nacogdoches, I don't know how to say it, something Nacogdoches, Texas, Thursday through Saturday for the Old Town Rig Down Truck Show. Comment down below if you guys are in Texas or anywhere around, and come see us. We're gonna have some merch with us. We're not gonna be selling merch, we're gonna be giving some away. So come find us, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow's video. Peace out.